Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol FUSZ. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like a few weeks worth of time, it's actually just the past 2 days broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like through this time frame. I think it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I can't remember the last time I did this analysis, sometime last week, but want to get some things updated here as the bears are back in full control now. So from that perspective, the easiest way to kind of gauge the control of the bears is by using these moving averages here. You have the purple line, which is the 50 period. You have the pink line up there, which is the 200 period. They're both, have downward slants to them. There's space in between them. So as any, trader would tell you from a technical perspective, that just illustrates a bearish trend. In the very short term, though, the kind of initial way to gauge, who's in control is really straightforward. As long as the price remains below that purple line there, the bears are in full control. Now, just because the bears are in control doesn't mean there can't be, tradable moments from a bullish perspective. I mean, right there, you had a nice little bounce that was tradable. There's been several bounces that have occurred, but that's just for more so intraday traders, scalpers, flippers, whatever you want to call them. If you care more so about the big picture of things, care about the overall quote unquote story of things, then yeah, priority number one to, first suggest that maybe the bears are losing some control is not only breaking above that purple line, but then getting some closes up above it and maintaining up above it. So right now that's valued at $1.01, but keyword being moving. So as time goes by, that line is going to slope downwards and move downwards, and that value will also change. So that's a very straightforward way to just gauge the overall kind of strength of the bears is what is the status of the price relative to that purple line. As far as next levels of support are concerned, I realize it's getting harder to see, but we got to go back quite a bit of ways into the chart's history. The next key level of support to keep an eye on would be that bounce point, which occurred down there at 80 cents, which is actually a very interesting area, and I wish trading was this easy. I'm not saying that just because the last time the price got down to 80 cents, it went on, this very, epic bounce right here that occurred. I'm not saying that will happen, but would it be shocking to see at least some sort of bounce? No, that would not be shocking at all. But again, no such thing as a guarantee in the market. But from a trading perspective, that is a very interesting area. And also just from the quote-unquote storybook perspective, that's very important because if the price breaks below there or worse yet starts to separate to the downside, then that literally just implies that the price is pushing that much further lower, which just solidifies kind of the overall narrative right now that the bears are not only in full control, but would be gaining that much more at that point. However, as it stands right now, 80 cents hasn't even been tested, so we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, as it stands right now, the bears are in full control. One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.